Okay, spend your experience points.
Assuming we still have a power grid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
Hopefully.
So for me today, I actually, for once, got prepared. I'm just gonna. I hadn't maxed out yet on ballistic skill and strength, so I just added 5% to each of those. Otherwise, on skills and talents, I'm fairly maxed out.
Okay, sure thing. What about you, Jason?
Can you go to Brian? I'm still opening up all my stuff.
Sure. Brian, what about you?
I don't have enough XP yet. I only have 80.
Okay, sure. Right. So, Jason, so you open everything and spend it, and we are starting right now. Last time, you've entered the ruins of Wolfenburg, the destroyed capital of Ostland, in search of clues, of answers, because one of your not friends, but a person you knew, and by you I mean Cat Vale, was apparently killed by poisoned wine. He drank it from a strange leather what's the word, bottle?
Yeah.
Flask. Yeah, leather flask. Thank you. From a strange leather flask with a serpent motif. And so you've entered the ruins of Wolfenburg, and you found the guild, the Saddlemakers and Leatherworkers Guild. In there, you found 6 potential addresses and names, actually: Widow Cursed, Bernd Hessler, Boris Leichgard, Captain Yeller, Ernst Kranz, and Ollo Vjorhoven. These are people who bought these flasks. You have their addresses. They are here in Wolfenburg. It's still pretty early, I believe. What's your course of action?
I took 1 boost in weapon skill.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, you just told us all the names.
Yeah.
I can't remember who we decided.
I think I've uploaded them. Wait a second. In the handout section, you have the suspects handout. It's at the very top.
Okay.
You can see all the names, you can see all the addresses, and the quantities of, units bought and payment received.
Yeah. We were. I thought we set up. We were going to try to bribe somebody with food into being our guide.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm trying to remember. I thought we had a location picked out already.
Well, I don't remember that.
Let me check my notes.
Okay, you have 6 potential locations. So, yeah. By the way, like I said before, Wolfenburg is completely destroyed. There has been some rebuilding, especially near the walls, but the whole place is in rubble. It's in ruins. And people living here are, this half-feral, half-starved degenerates. They're not like monsters, although probably they are very dangerous. People in these circumstances tend to rather not take too much care about morals. But they are desperate, and they are truly, truly wretched beings. It's horrible. Right now, all of you notice firsthand what damage exactly the Archaeans Horde did to the Empire, to huge parts of the Empire, actually. Right. So you guys tell me your course of action. Where do you want to go first? If you want to first find a guide and bribe him, or not, or maybe just try and talk with him. It's up to you.
Well, if we bribe somebody, I suggest. How do you pronounce your character's name, Brian?
Cadvale.
Cadvale. I suggest Cadvale. You're in charge, but here's my suggestion: is you stay out of sight, and then just make it look like it's just a party of two negotiating, and you can tail us. That way, if he leads us somewhere like a trap or with his other buddies, you can be in that advantage point.
I nod, but then I point at the ledger you picked up, and I ask you to explain what you found.
So that'll be you, Otto, because I can't read. Yeah, you're Otto. I think you're the one that was going through everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm generally confused. Like in character, I'm confused because like I don't understand the connection of like you know what I mean. Like I don't understand commerce or how an address connects to a place, especially when a place has been destroyed. You know, so I'm just like completely confused here.
But in character or out of character?
In character.
Okay. Okay.
Out of character, I know exactly what's going on.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I've also uploaded the Wolfenburg and environs map and the photo of Ahmed, the young Strigany.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not that young, honestly, but I mean on the photo, but you know.
Are you like sharing your confusion with us, or kind of keeping it under wraps?
Yeah, I mean, you could see it on my face that I don't quite understand what, like, the clue you found or how you're proceeding. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I sort of feel like Cadmill is sort of like the moods of Darth Vader. It's like he's got the same expression on his face no matter what's happening.
He's looking at the note and Otto as if he's looking at the Emperor and Luke Skywalker during the final Darth. He's like, what? Huh? Who? Huh? I think he's just going to pick up Otto and throw him off a cliff.
You know places to look for people that could have owned these leather wineskins.
Yes, they have notes in here of who bought what and for how much, what was the liquid in there? Wine, because one of the
yeah.
Okay, because one of the persons was a brewer, but if it's wine, then maybe we can scratch him off the list.
Well,
yeah, I think we can prioritize, but we might be hitting up most of these anyway.
Well, he was brewer, but you know, perhaps he you saw that he bought 20 units, which is a lot. So perhaps he sold some of those units to his friend or friends who were winemakers. Yeah. You never know, but of course, yeah, that's probably scratching off some names is a wise thing to do. That said, which names?
Do you think anything? I guess it doesn't really matter. It could be anybody within private or government.
Well,
I don't know if we have that info.
Well, there was a symbol of a serpent on there, right?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you this: if it's for the military going to the guardhouse, it's probably not going to be the nicest of quality. I imagine there's different varying qualities, so we might be able to put that at the end of the list. Because there were some going to the guardhouse. I don't know if would be correct thinking.
The ones right now that jump out to me are the Widow, the Fiddler's Inn, and then I don't understand what all those panoramas is. Is he an artist? Is that what panoramas are?
It would seem so.
So those three would be even though they bought it for the least amount and the least amount of money. I feel like starting with the small fry feels more like insidious cultists to me rather than the brewer and that's I don't know, for some reason the smithy doesn't seem like the right thing for me. But I could be wrong. So I would start with the innkeeper and the widow.
Oh, yeah. And then maybe the Francisco's kind of thinking how usually the most shadowy people in Estalia have very elegant professions, and so he's kind of thinking that the artisan, maybe that's a ploy, and that's just his bias from his own country. So he's going to make that comment.
So
I step outside to stand guard while you humans work out the details.
All right.
So yeah,
let's look for the Fiddler's Inn. I think that's because that is probably a landmark that we can find and then work from there.
Well, do you want to try to entice one of the locals first? Because as I look around, I think we kind of concluded that there are no street signs anymore, and everything's to the point where only a local would know where things are at.
Yeah, let's try to capture / befriend somebody.
All right. How would you want to go about doing that?
I'll stick off to the side. In the shadows and the rubble.
Perhaps. Do you think you could get to a vantage point and maybe track one of them that we can kind of try to corner? Not corner, but first we have to find somebody before we can figure out how to communicate with them.
Well, we could just go stand out in an open spot and wave around a thing of food and say, you know.
That might attract more than just one person. I think it's best we try to isolate somebody. Maybe if they're in a house, or if we see somebody go into a ruin, we can follow them in there and then offer. I worry that we might cause a ruckus if we are too vocal about it, having food.
Yeah, but well, okay. Anyway, so Otto's just gonna take the ledger or rip out the page or whatever.
You can take the ledger with you, no problem.
Yeah, and you know, and if I recall correctly, we were walking around with weapons drawn, or is that, or you guys?
I believe you were walking around with weapons drawn, but that's up to you if you want to continue that.
Well, I have to. I have a great.
Technically, you don't have to.
Well, you could have it like shouldered, like
Yeah.
You could have it like on your shoulder, looking non-aggressive.
I presume that each of you has a sheath for your weapons, even for great swords.
But
mine would never be in.
I definitely want mine out too.
Yeah.
Just walk. But yeah, well, we can hold it slightly less aggressively.
If you look at my character icon, that's essentially how I casually carry it.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I've uploaded some of your artwork to the group, not here to the group, just because I wanted my OCD to be complete. But if you guys find any cooler illustrations, then either do it yourself or send them to me and I'll do it. But yeah, I mean Francisco's icon looks very nice.
Yeah, I believe that's how they marched. They had it like saber bear, and they would march it with it on their shoulder like that. Because it is a battlefield weapon. It's not like you can holster it on your hip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd have.
All right, so you exit the place. It's early spring, but the weather is still nasty. It rains a lot. The sky is overcast, and there's this cold dampness in the air. It mixes with the stench of the dead city. Wolfenburg is not a nice place to be in right now, and you wish you'd probably be somewhere else, especially you, Francisco, and not because you two are sick and you are feeling rather unwell. So, please tell me where to first.
Can we see like any scavengers about right now, or
Roll for
is it
perception.
completely deserted?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like we're on the. I mean, according to the map where we're at right now, it looks like we're sort of on the edge. So my suggestion, I guess, would be. Oops, sorry, would be to head further
Oh.
into the city.
I see into the souls of
You see
one
into
guy.
their mind.
Okay, nice.
I also have
I
minus
bump
50.
into one as I come out the door.
And yeah, so Francisco, you spot someone lurking behind a pile of rubble on the other side of the street from where the Saddlemakers Guild is positioned. You know they are looking at you. It's a single person, by the way.
Is it me and Otto right now, or is all
All of you are standing outside.
crap? And he's looking at us.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that he is.
Would you want to go wide?
I'm gonna like lower my bow so it doesn't look like I'm ready to shoot the guy.
All right, sure.
Who has rations? And just in their inventory.
We had a bunch in the tents.
I don't think I have, or if I do have some, I don't know where they are.
You didn't. You don't have rations, guys. All of your rations were
Okay.
spoiled by a miscast.
Oh, yeah.
We picked some up from the main camp and we put it in our tent. We hid it in
Yes.
our tent,
Yes, it's in your tent.
but we don't have it on us.
No.
I
But-
wanna reach into my pocket and find a piece of silver and
Oh.
kind of hold up.
All right.
If he's looking at us, I'm just gonna hold up and
The man
see what.
Yeah, the man after a few seconds stands up and he scares to you. He moves and looks kinda ratty. Welcome, my Herren. I'm Franz. And I've noticed that you were nosing around in the Saddlemakers and Leatherworkers Guild. Not from here, are you? You see that it's very hard to even guess this man's age. He could be very well in his late 20s or in his early 50s. He looks horrible. He stinks like a latrine. He has scraps of clothes on him, and he's emaciated almost to the point of being a skeleton. But his eyes are full of life and cunning.
Okay.
You maybe require a guide, eh?
Well, yes, France. I am Germany, and we are looking for a guide.
Very well. I will take cold hard cash. But that's silver. Ship out for more, fish out for more, and we're game, as they say.
Well, I'm sure there are many guides in this town.
Oh,
I
yes,
I put the coin back in my pocket.
Oh, no need for that. Let's say that I like you so much that I'll do it for a single shilling.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you help us through all this, I can give you a shilling now, and then one more shilling when we are done with your services.
We have a deal, miner. We have a deal. 1 shilling now, the other after a job well
Wait.
done.
Out of character, did you just like offer to pay more than? Like he asked for 1 shilling total, right?
No, he asked for 5.
Oh, okay.
He wanted more, and so
Yeah.
then he finally said, yeah, he'd do it. Yeah.
So,
I thought he said he'll do it for 1, and you're like, fine, I'll do it for 2.
No, no, I'm just waiting. Like, we might have him for a while, so. If he does good, then I'll give him an extra one.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
All right. So,
I have no comprehension of if this is a good amount for him to be paid or not, so I'm just trusting in you guys.
so you give the man a shilling.
Yep.
He snatches the shilling and stuffs it in a small purse at his hip. So, where do you want to go? Hmm?
I look at Otto because you have the book with you, right?
We wanted to go to the what is it called? The Feather Inn, the Fiddler's Inn.
Ah, Fiddler's Inn. Yes, yes, very well. It was once a renowned spot to catch the latest musical talent on the way to stardom in the city. A very popular place it was, especially amongst the lesser-born sons of the nobility, and those with some disposable income.
What were you? What was your profession prior to this?
It doesn't matter, it's dead, just as this city is. You're paying me to take you to certain places, not to tell me your not to tell you my story. So come on, let's go. And he just, scares away.
I want to, as he, as he says that, I want to say, oh gosh, why can't I remember your name?
Franz. Cadvale.
Cadwell.
Cadvale. What? Go back to the camp and report that we found a guide.
I look at you and then the weird little dude, and I kind of narrow my eyes and nod.
All right.
You are...
Let's go.
Alright. You do know that in a place like this, the more of you are together, the safer it is, just so you know.
Well, I'm actually still going with them, but I want to lag behind. I don't want the guy to...
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's a ruse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
It's
smart.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
See, it worked perfectly.
Yeah, it did.
Even
I have a concealment as well.
Concealment is when you are standing still in a place. If you want to follow them without being noticed, you need to make a stealth check.
Silent move?
So yeah, silent move, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I am going to roll just... Alright, yeah, you've passed. Right, Cadway, you've stayed behind, you've merged with the shadows, and you began to follow them. Meanwhile, you guys, you follow Franz through the narrow remains of the streets of Wolfenburg, because even the streets have been destroyed. You pass by mounds of rubble, destroyed, burned out houses, desecrated shrines, and sometimes in the distance, although France is always like giving these places like a wide, what's the word, berth, right?
Yeah.
You see, for example, bodies hanging from rafters, or from some horrible totems, sometimes crowned with 8-pointed stars and other heretical symbols. It's clear that they've been hanging like that for a very long time, but people here are probably just too afraid to cast them down. Something that is especially egregious to you, Otto. You can see that the arch enemy still has its foothold here, and you wouldn't be surprised if some of them even remained here. Especially since Wolfenburg is normally deathly quiet, except for the cawing of crows and ravens, but sometimes you can hear sudden screams in the distance, and few times you even heard something that sounded like a roar or some kind of howl, inhuman howl. Franz, however, doesn't seem to care. he hums something merrily under his nose. And just leads you ever onwards, further into the bowels of Wolfenburg. Did you know that this city was named, supposedly, after one of Sigmar's childhood friends?
Not
I've heard tales when I still attended the temple. Supposedly, this man did a great service to the first emperor, and so had the city named after him.
I say, well, hail Sigmar and his friends, and I look at France suspiciously.
Oh, no, you don't have to hail him. He's dead. I mean, if he wasn't, he wouldn't allow for this to happen. The gods are no more, my friend. No more at all. Well, at least the decent ones.
And what gods do you follow, sir?
I don't follow any gods, not anymore. Not after seeing, what I saw during the siege.
Well, which ones do you find decent then?
The gods of coin and the god of full belly. The god of finding a place to sleep in which you won't get your throat slit. Sounds good?
I could praise a god like that.
I guess you do. You're not an imperial. You don't have that look about you, and your friend there is clearly not a Sigmarite. You're an Urican, sir, right?
yes. Otto's been squeezing the handle on his sword while all this talk has been going on.
I hate to tell you, but your god didn't really did any better here. Not that he was ever very popular in Ostland, mind you. We are all here pious Sigmarites, you know. Well, at least we were.
That much is obvious.
yes, that is. Well, I think one of the Urican temples, one of the few Urican temples here, the invaders used it as a giant sacrificial place, you know. They've hounded a lot of people inside and then they've set it alight. Burned them all to death while howling praises to their gods. To the things that did this. Yes. Isn't life grand? And with that, of course, you know, he leads you ever onwards. As eventually, you just reach. He suddenly stops at a place which, to your eye, looks just like any other here, full of ruins and rubble. There it is! He points at the building. The Fiddler's Inn. Oh, it's even still standing. You do indeed see that the inn is still standing. It's of course been damaged heavily, wrecked almost completely, but the roof is still in place, and and it's still there.
Francisco's going to look to see if there's he can't read, but he's kind of looking for a fiddler on a sign or anything that could indicate.
If there was a sign, it's gone. The door are gone. A huge part of the of the front wall is also gone. It's in ruins, and you can see suddenly that all around you, on the rooftops, a huge flock of carrion birds regards you through dull eyes.
What kind of birds?
Carrion
birds.
I don't know.
So vultures, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean crows, ravens, stuff like that. They look at you with this beady red eyes, and you remember the birds in Villahan. The birds that Francisco unleashed on the party. But these birds do not attack you. They just watch.
That Dieter's not here.
Yeah.
Can I see the birds?
Yeah. I mean, you do. You are like a couple dozen meters behind them, but you do.
Is there anything I would know about them?
No, they're just birds.
Okay.
So Otto says, "All right, we need to search the premises, and then perhaps."
Well, you search the premises. I'll wait for you here. You are paying me to get you to places, not to rummage through the rubble. I'm pretty sure
Correct.
that you'll be able to do it just fine. And since I want to earn another silver coin, you don't have to worry about me running away. So I'll wait for you here. Happy rummaging!
Right.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry about him running away.
That's what Francisco is thinking. So it's like, all right, shall we?
Let's go inside and see what we can see.
All right.
And
I wanna let you pretty much lead the search. Meaning, again, I'm not much of a reader, but I want to kind of watch our backs, the entrances, the windows. I'll be kind of pulling security while you rummage.
You guys are on your own in there. I'm hanging out back behind friends.
That's cool.
Yep.
So essentially, Otto is
Working
searching.
security for security.
All right.
All right. You enter inside, into the rubble-strewn interior. The place is completely ransacked. I mean, the Saddlemakers and Leatherworkers Guild was it was inside an inn, which took some damage, but at least it was recognizable as an inn. This place is in no more. Is an inn no more. There are huge timber piles inside, burned wreckage, smashed tables and chairs. And even though you don't see them, you can smell the charred smell of burned bodies. You move between the place. You move inside the place, between the piles of rubble. When suddenly you hear, "Who goes there?" From
Pirate.
from the top. You look
Top of the
up.
stairs.
No. From the stairs are no more.
Oh, okay.
From the top, like above you.
Yeah.
You see a hidey hole in the ceiling, and a man's face poking from said hole. The man is bearded, and he looks kinda fanatical. Who are you, eh?
We're looking for the owner of this establishment, Herr Krantz.
Herr Krantz. Well, that would be me. I mean, I'm no owner, but I have fond memories of this place, of happier days, and so I've decided to make my new home here. Who are you to venture into my domain?
Well, we're here for a drink, obviously.
Well, you can have
I
it.
jest.
I don't have anything to drink. I just stay here, trying to survive.
What kind of inn do you call this, then?
A dead one.
It could use a cleaning?
Are you some sort of comedian, sir?
Just trying to find what life is left in this destroyed place.
Well,
What's a little humor?
From the looks of yourself and your friend, I see that there's not much life left in you. That said, maybe I am wrong. But you boys do look a bit sick. So
Yes,
you'll have to excuse me, but I'm not going to invite you topside. Look, is there anything you want? If not, then leave me be. This is my place, and I'm not doing anything wrong.
We're looking for some flasks
Hmm?
with a snake on them.
Oh, well, why didn't you said so before? like this flask, and he shows you, he detaches a flask from his belt. Of course, you don't see the detaching because you only see the man's face. Then he, takes a step back and then just shoves the flask into the hole. It has indeed the coiled serpent motif. This one?
Oh, yes. Well, not that one in particular, but one that looks like it. We were wondering if you, did you sell these to customers, or are these just your private collection?
I've bought them for some of my friends in the Crusade outside the city.
Ah.
Well, the said friends have moved on, unfortunately. But, yeah. And I've kept one for myself. It's a nice flask.
The Child's Crusade, or
yeah, the Child's Crusade.
What's the significance of the serpent?
I like it. There's no significance. It's just a nice motif. But more importantly, it's a nice flask. Good leather quality, and doesn't stink. It doesn't change the taste of the brew. That's what's important.
I know the motif is the same, but does the flask look the same?
Yeah,
same style.
It has
Did
the
you
same.
say he dropped it down to us?
No, he only showed it to you.
Okay. What were you selling it in the flask?
Like I said, in the Crusade. Are you deaf?
No, wine or
what did you
ale?
I've sold the flasks. I don't care what they've put inside.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You sold the flask to
Yes,
them.
for my friends.
Okay.
It was a gift for them. I only bought 5 of the things. I have one on me. The other 4, I don't know where they are. My friends moved on. Maybe they're still in the Crusade. Maybe they've left. I don't know. I don't particularly care. Now,
Local friends, I imagine, right? Friends from this town that grew up with you here? Or are these friends that came with the Crusade?
I don't see how's that in the business of you. Now leave me be. I'm tired of this conversation. Goodbye. And he moves back.
I wish I had something to shoot this guy with.
He joins the long list of people you want to kill. From the beginning of our games, like the elf, the shadow lady, the miller, the other elf,
the butchers.
The butchers, yes.
We killed them good.
Yeah. Oh no, not really. But yeah.
I mean, we got messed up in the process, but
No.
we smashed them pretty good.
Small victories.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right. So, I just want to converse with Francisco out of the earshot of Franz for a second. So, Francisco, I was thinking of asking Franz if he knows which is closer, the panorama or 12 Flay Court or 12H Flay Court.
I kind of want to say something, but I don't want to metagame. It's like torturing me right now.
Well, if you're referring to the numbered location on the map, yes, I'm trying not to metagame that either. But
no, I'm not even talking about that.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I can't.
Yeah, it's horrible thing when I'm uploading maps with clear spoilers. That one's on me. Sorry for that, guys. By the way.
That's okay. Well, so right now, so what do you think, Francisco? Should we just tell him, take us to whichever's closer, or where do you want to go? This guy's obviously the best.
Yeah, I feel that's wise. Like, I don't think there's any reckless information in seeing which one's closer and going straight to it.
So let's head back outside to Franz and ask him what's closer, 12 Flay Court, I think that's what it says, or all those panoramas.
All right, you go outside. You see that Franz is busy throwing pebbles at a piece of broken masonry. He looks at you. Ah, so you found what you were looking for or not?
Nope.
That's a shame. So where to now?
What's closer to here? Flay Court or Alos Panoramas?
Let me think. Well, Flay Court is like an hour from here in that direction. He points at a random direction. And Almost Panoramas is right here. And he points to the building on the other side of the street.
How do I send a message in Roll20?
There was a way, it was like slash, and either I think you've...
MSG?
No, slash, and I think you've you had to type the name. I mean, you have a small small guide above the rows, like on the green on the green screen. It's
can
like
you,
oh yeah, I know. It's either a whisper.
Yeah.
So you
It's \W.
and then
That's
space.
it.
Yeah, \W.
Oh, I think it's working. I think it's...
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whisper.
Yeah, it's a whisper. But I mean, it's like a message, so you know. Yeah, so he points to to the remains of a single-story structure, and he tells you that it's right there. Always Panoramas at your service.
Like, let's go to the one an hour away then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save that for last.
All right, across the street.
All right, you go across the street. I'll wait for you here, he says. And you know he continues throwing pebbles at the broken piece of masonry. You approach this building, or what's remain of it. You can see even from the street that the interior is surprisingly clean of debris. Yeah, so you see that it's a rather nice place for Wolfenburg, naturally. And as you approach it, you see that a man stands in the entrance suddenly. Yeah. He looks a bit better than Ernst, but he also has this air of religious zealotry about him. That said, his clothes are in a bit better shape. You know, he's not so disheveled. So yeah. What you want? He says.
What do we want?
What you
Well,
want?
Good day, sir. We're looking for the owner of Alos Panoramas. Would that be you?
Yes, that is me. I'm Olof Verhoeven.
Yes, we're inquiring about
You see,
some leather flasks.
you see that he has a wineskin on him behind his belt. Yeah. What about them?
Flask with a serpent.
Like this one. He passed the flask behind his belt.
Yes. Have you traded any wine in a flask such as this with anyone from the Strigony camp?
No, I haven't. I don't know any Striganis. They are dirty scoundrels and scavengers. I don't mingle with someone like that.
Did you sell to anyone? Or
Why
are they personal?
I gave them to a couple of people, if you have to know, although I don't know why you would want to know that. It's not your damn business.
Otto squeezes the handle on his sword tighter.
Yeah, you are getting pissed off, by the way.
There.
Remember
Listen,
about
Frank.
your insanity, just so you know.
Yeah.
So,
Listen, my dear.
Mhm.
It is of utmost importance. Who did you give the wineskins to?
let me see. I gave them to Adolf, Stefan, Gertrude, and let's say that his name was Uli. Happy now?
Were they locals? Were they Crusaders?
They were people I knew.
So from Wolfenburg, I imagine.
No, I mean, from what I gathered, they went to the Crusade to find their fortune there. We used to hang out before the siege. You know? In better times, in happier times. So, are you, like, content with that? Why are you asking these questions anyway? Wow, a bunch of mimes, nice.
Listen here. We're on some serious business of the Crusade. We are Templars of the Crusade. Do not trifle with us.
I'm not trifling with you, Miner. No disrespect was intended. I just find it rather odd that you come here and ask about flasks. What, someone died because of them?
Yes.
Well, that's unfortunate. But I didn't have anything to do with it. I tried to keep this place tidy, and when Wolfenburg finally stands back on its legs, I plan to reopen it, once again. So beautiful landscape portraits to the well-offs of the city. So what? I did something wrong that I just handed a bunch of flasks to a bunch of my old comrades? There's no crime in that.
You did nothing wrong. We're just trying to follow the trail, and it seems like the trail leads off into another direction.
I understand, but that's all I have to say to you. I don't think that you'll be able to find these men and women in the Crusade, assuming that they're still alive. And besides, I knew them. They're not killers. I mean, yeah, some of them were scoundrels, but not murderers, assassins, stuff like that. So I am afraid that you've reached a dead end. Sorry for that.
Yes, well, thank you very much for your assistance. It is frustrating, and
I understand, sir. But, well, you still have it rather well. You're not living here, among the ruins and the things that are still in the ruins.
Alright, let's go, Francis.
What things are in these ruins?
Death,
Is there
sir.
any...
Death is here.
Yes.
And he just,
Man-made death?
He showed you his back, he entered inside. He's not saying anything else.
Charming fellow.
Alright, let's go find Franz. Alright.
Franz is still standing looking at you with this, slight smirk. As you approach, he's like, any luck?
Of course not. Let's go to the next place. What's close? So Flakehorde is an hour away. Is the officer? Was it the Imperial Barracks or the Smithy closer?
Oh, Imperial Barracks. Oh, sorry, sir, for that. You will have to pay me extra. I'm not taking you there without some extra payment. No, sir. It was because it was one of the first place that was hit by the invaders, and well, let's just say that it's a not nice place to be.
I imagine it's on the north end of the city then.
It was located near to the palace. When the bastards from the north breached our walls, this was one of the primary targets of their army. I guess them cultists told them about the layout of the city before, I wonder how many of my old friends were actually doing some nefarious things in their basements. Ever thought about that? I guess I do. Well, anyway, I can take you
Why
there.
did you not kill them?
Well, because I don't know whom of them are cultists, or rather were cultists. And even if I knew, I would probably not do this thing, sir, because I'm not a killer, I'm not a warrior, I'm a coward, I'm a thief. I would probably slit their throats in their sleep, maybe, if I was brave enough, but...
Let's wait. Let's I guess leave the garrison for last if it comes to that. What's the closest?
Wait a second, I need to roll and let's see.
So, yeah.
Besides the garrison.
Which address did you have other than that?
Let's say, so the next one was the Smithy or the Brewers Guild.
The Brewers Guild, eh? Yeah, the Brewers Guild will be. Well, it's still almost an hour from here, but I can take you there. It's a nice place, you know.
Is it on the way to the others? On the way to the smith, or?
No, sir. It's really not. I'm afraid you'll have to do quite a lot of walking if you want to visit all of these places. They're not in a straight line, you know.
I'm gonna kind of look up, kind of get a gauge of what time of day it is.
It's now like early afternoon.
Okay. Well, let's step it out, and make the most of the daylight.
You follow. So Franz asks you if you want to go to the Brewers Guild.
Yeah.
All right, you follow the man. He once again leads you to your destination while laughing quietly under his nose. You are traveling through the streets of Wolfenburg. Making your way to your destination. When suddenly, when you are approaching a large intersection, a huge swarm of fat brown rats scurries across the street. Some of them, well, actually quite a lot of them, are running in your direction. You are, of course, trying to get out of the way. They're not attacking you; they're just running past you. But even from where you're standing, you can see that hopping from their bodies are thousands of fleas. Roll me, both of you, +10 toughness test.
So only -5.
Yeah, Brian, and you once again roll for silent move. Nice.
Nope.
All right. You want to spend luck for that?
No, I feel like I'm gonna need it later.
All right. After the rats passed you, you are moving forward. That said, Otto, you begin to itch. And you begin to scratch yourself. Francisco and you, Cadveo, as you follow them, you can see that. Right. So, you eventually approach the hops market. You notice signs of habitation increase compared to other parts of the city. Small lintels are pitched against tumbled walls, and dirty faces peer from the rubble as you pass. The perimeter of the market, however, is totally deserted, and the square itself is a picture of chaos. Overturned wagons, spilled barrels of ale, and vermin by the privy load vie for your attention. Cadveo, you have problems with spotting them unless you enter the market itself, by the way.
Can I try to stay hidden as I do that?
Yeah, but it will be hard for you. Like I've said, there are people here. So you have to make me a -30 test for that to succeed.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, roll. Nice. You are hidden. Very nice. You are moving from shadow to shadow, from rubble to rubble, from one destroyed stand to another destroyed stand. You duck under wrecked carts, and you hide behind half-rotten barrels. You do see your friends. You guys begin to search the place, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you know that you're not alone. There are you hear boots softly tapping on cobbles, and sometimes a surreptitious snort follows you around the ruined square. Like I've said, people here try to live their lives if it's possible. Eventually you approach a large hops warehouse that opens onto the market. You enter inside?
Yes.
Alright. Hey yo! You hear sound behind you.
Yes.
You turn around?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see 6 completely drunken wretches in remains of uniforms, but they are still armed and they have their weapons drawn. Standing there. Yeah, this is our place. You come here. You come to our place like you own it, ya bastards.
I assure you we don't own it. We are just passing through.
Damn right you don't own it, you cur. This is a place guarded by the finest of Ostland. Glory to von Raukov.
Glory to Von Rolf.
Fuck off! You can't even spell the name right, you mongrel, you. And who's?
Well, of course not. I can't even read. How do you expect me to spell?
The company you keep. Some flea-ridden maggot and some dog fucker right here.
Okay, I point the tip of my sword at the guy and say, "Listen here, dickwad. If you don't want the fury of Ulrich to cleave your skull, you will tell me where Bert Hessler is right now, or you will feel my steel."
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna roll and intimidate.
All right, roll.
Minus 15, of course.
Yeah.
Shot.
No. Luck?
No. Fine.
You see that he, points his hands up, still holding the weapon. I'm sorry, sir, didn't knew that you were Hurricane. But I have a question for you. Is it true that Hurricanes sniff each other's butts? I've heard about it.
Alright. Okay. I think this is where my insanity would probably kick in. And I charge at him and try to chop him in half.
Yeah, you see that Otto just rushes him, yelling. Franz issues a squeak and then just, hops right inside the hops market. The inebriated men, they are stinking drunk, were laughing at their probably leader's very poor jest. But now they are like, oh, when they see you rushing them.
I feel like I just need to kill one.
All right. Now
Do I see how this transpired?
Yes, and we are entering
Okay.
the initiative phase. Now, just let me quickly open the book. I was waiting so long to tell that joke about,
Yeah.
about hurricanes. I mean, in that kind of situation, of course, hurricanes are cool. Wait a second. It's
D10 plus agility, right?
yeah, D10 plus agility. I think they will be last anyway. Just so we know. All right. So they. I will roll for them. What the hell? Right. The person who makes notes. They have initiative total of 39. So
Ooh, I'm not last.
you're not last.
I'm 41.
All right, nice. So
Yeah.
first is Catveil for sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I am last. If I get minus 15, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm minus something though.
Yeah, I'm minus, so.
You are minus something, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have mail. That's right.
Am I minus 5?
So minus 10. Remember that mail also gives minuses to your stealth and silent move.
I'm 43 or 46.
I mean, you've passed all the rolls anyway, but mail always gives you
I've had some like by a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm actually 26.
All right. So you're 26. They are 39. So who's first? Catveil is still first, I believe. 69. Nice.
What's Francisco?
Sorry, come again. What?
What's Francisco's initiative?
46 total.
So then it's 46. Then it's them, and finally Sean. Catveil, what are you doing? You see that Otto howls with fury and rushes them with his double-handed weapon, held high. The men are, even though they are drunkards and they are despicable, it's clear that they crave violence, and that they've provoked him intentionally. They are thugs, even though they were once soldiers. Now they are nothing more than just brigands, cutthroats, killers.
I don't know if this is in the rules anywhere, but since he initiated the combat, would he get any kind of bonus towards his initiative?
No.
Okay.
Even worse, if he would initiate the combat and he'd start running towards them and they would have higher initiative, they could countercharge him. So, yeah, that's...
Okay,
I
wasn't sure if there was anything for,
No.
like jumping the gun.
No. Only if you would surprise them, but you can surprise them in that manner. Catveil could possibly sneak on them and maybe try to do that, but yeah. So, Catveil, what are you doing?
I want to do something non-lethal. I want to just show them that I have them covered.
Okay, so
behind.
So in that case, okay.
Can I shoot one of them in the leg?
Yeah, you still do damage to him.
In the knee.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kneecapping him with your bow.
Okay.
And I could do this 3 times.
Yes, naturally.
He used to be a Wolfenburg.
I mean, no, sorry.
Guard till he took an arrow to the knee.
If you want, I was an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Nice. If you want to shoot him in the leg, so that's a cold shot, you will be only able to hit him once.
Okay. Well, I want to do that then. I just want to hit him once.
All right.
The shot.
So that's minus 20.
Okay. I'm going to use a luck for this.
All right. Yeah, you fired an arrow. Foo! It flew between the guys. Right of a single arrow from you. Now we have Francisco.
Did they?
Oh, by the way, sorry. Actually, no. Sorry, Francisco. It's you. Okay, sorry.
Were they sober enough to see the arrow go by?
You don't know. They are clearly sober enough to kill you.
All right, I wanna yell, "Begone, you brigands! You're surrounded!"
All right.
Raise, and then I'm going to kind of stand at the ready. And hold my action. Can I hold an action? Is that how that works?
No. You can hold an action. You'll be acting at the end of the initiative, but only with a single action. That said, you don't even have to roll for intelligence. You see that Otto is charging them, and these men are drunk and violent.
I'm still in. Yeah.
They will fight him. You know that, and they will fight him to the death. So think if you want to leave your comrade alone against this man.
Shit. I wanna move. Yeah, I wanna move with.
Yeah.
I wanna stay on Otto's tail essentially and hold my action.
All right. So you are staying on his tail, and you are okay. And you are just holding. I mean, standing on his tail. That means that you want to move with him.
Yeah, I wanna make
So
sure
you-
he's
so
not
you won't be able to-
outnumbered.
So you won't be able to hold your action. Holding your action means that you postpone one of your actions, and then you'll be able to act at the end of the initiative. You sacrifice one of your 2 actions to make a single action at the end of turn.
All right. How does now? I've never used this mechanic. How does disarm work?
Disarm. First of all, you have to have a disarm weapon, I believe.
Oh, it's a particular weapon.
Actually, no, you don't have a disarm. I don't think you have to disarm weapon. You have to essentially you have to win an opposed weapon skill test with the guy, and then you disarm him.
I think you're better off just hitting them.
Yeah, but you do need to engage your enemy to do so, and you need to win an opposed test.
All right. I want to do that with the first. Like I want to. Whoever's I want to do.
So all right. So
Is that part of a charge?
no, I mean first you need to go into contact with him, and then you need to next turn. You can try and disarm him.
All right.
Yeah, just let me quickly see. Yeah, here it's.
Like if it's treated as a normal attack, then I'd imagine charging would suffice.
Yeah, just quickly. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the book. Where it is in the book.
Precision. Yeah, I used this in game like a couple of years ago. I don't even remember, the rules for that. People almost never use it because there is no point, honestly. Oh, here it is. Wait.
Alright, disarm. If you hit with a melee attack, you may attempt to disarm your opponent instead of inflicting damage. Make an opposing agility test. If you win, your opponent is disarmed and the weapon drops from the ground. He can pick it up. So I guess I attack him normally. So I guess I'll just charge.
Alright, and you try to disarm one of them, right?
Well... see, my agility...
There's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Just chop them in half.
Alright, I'm just going to chop him in half.
Yeah, thank you.
I see it lost. Alright.
Yeah, you charge one of them. Oh, you support auto roll. Plus 10. Nice.
Oh, thank God.
You have some minuses, I believe, right?
I do not.
I'm not sure. Let me check my notes.
I passed all my toughness tests.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't. Alright. Nice. Alright. He will try and dodge. Or maybe parry? Nah, dodge. He failed. Roll damage. 2d10.
Okay. Let's see. 6 plus 4 plus 1 is
11. 11, alright. You've slashed him horribly on the leg. The man howled in pain, although, he's so inebriated that the alcohol in his system is probably helping him cope with the agony. But he's like, "Oh, you bastard, I'm gonna kill ya!" Stuff like that. So, right now,
Jesus Christ.
Francisco, what that means is that 3 of the guys are going to charge towards Otto. 3 of the guys are going to rush you.
Alright.
Attack you. So let's do the Otto first. Otto, you are charging them. They are counter-charging you. They are, howling, "You fucking dog fucker, and kill you all!" Stuff like that. Well, actually, only 2 will charge you. The third will approach and attack because there's not enough space. Actually, you know what? Only 1 will charge you. The other 2 will just approach and attack. Because that's only fair. So the first charging you almost passed you by. You just made a sidestep, but then his buddies,
he's in combat with the other auto he sees.
Yeah, they are trying to flank you from both sides. Drunkenly staggering towards you, flailing their notched and dirty swords. The first hits your arm. Are you parrying or dodging?
Dodging.
All right, cool.
Minus 15.
Nice. You've jumped away just in time, but the other brigand, you stopped his strike with the pommel of your sword. Very nice. Now, Francisco, you are fighting with 3 villains. They simply surrounded you, and they are trying to smash you to the ground with their swords, or maybe just chop you into pieces. So prepare yourself for a flurry of attacks. The first misses completely. It misses your head by a good dozen centimeters or so. The second strike from this man almost made him lose his sword, but there are also his, comrades. Just twice, and no, the second villain also clumsily tries to hit you, but to no avail. But finally, there's his friend, and he manages to land a blow on your arm. Are you parrying or dodging? Oh, you can only dodge because you've charged.
Okay, and then I shall only dodge.
Yes.
Success.
You have a 73% of dodge?
I have a 53 agility, and then I've maxed out my dodge.
Yeah.
Alright, but also remember that you have...
So it's a minus 10 to that. So
Alright.
agility is 60... Essentially 63 is a pass.
Okay. Second strike from him? No, second strike misses completely. Now, Otto, your turn.
Okay. Well, ultimately, I would love it if one of the guys that I can hit right now is the guy who said that crap.
Yeah, it is. Let's just say.
Okay. I'm going to swift attack and attack him twice.
All right, you raise your sword and strike the man twice. First roll.
So first one is minus 15. Nope.
No, you are trying to smash him with your double-handed sword, but first strike goes wide. The men just jump away from you. The other strike.
Is the second strike an additional minus 10? Is it or minus 5?
Minus 10. Minus 10.
Okay, so minus 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've hit.
Yeah, nice.
He will try and dodge. He managed to dodge. Just in time. You've almost eviscerated him, but the man drunkenly stumbled backwards, and you've only opened his tunic with the tip of your sword. New round. Cut Veil. You see that your friends have engaged the enemy. It's a dance of blades. What are you doing? Master marksman.
Are there any guys on the outside?
No. All of the villains are engaged with your comrades.
I'm gonna put my bow away and get my 2 swords out and charge in.
All right, you are putting your bow away. That's a half action. You have quick draw.
Yeah, I think so. Let me. Yeah, I have quick draw.
So taking 2 things is also an action, even with quick draw, because quick draw allows you to normally draw a single thing. So you are putting your bow away. and you are drawing your 2 blades. Next round you'll be able to charge.
Okay.
Francisco, you're up.
All right. I have 3 attacks, so I am going to use 2 of them and then save 1 for a parry.
All right. Are you attacking the same guy?
Yes.
All right. All right.
1 hit.
He will. Sorry. Quickly check. Let me check. He will try to parry it with his offhand weapon. They all have this, some of them have short axes, others have long knives in their offhands. They don't look like soldiers anymore. He will try and parry this strike. He failed. Roll to d10.
Alright. First one's a 1, the other's a 3, so that's 8 total.
8 total, alright. Once again, you've managed to wound him. What's that sound in the background?
Oh, I'm typing.
Okay, sorry. You've managed to slash his arm open. He once again yelped, but he prepares to deliver his own brand of justice. Well, badly perceived justice at you. And
now
now
I got 1 more attack.
Oh yeah, sorry, 1 more attack. -10 this time.
Nice.
Nice.
Got him.
Yeah. So this time
Same guy, so.
Yeah, he will try and dodge. He failed.
1 and a 1.
Oh.
All right.
6 total. Well, I hit this guy twice already.
Yeah, you are chopping him to pieces, and he bleeds from a couple of heavy wounds, but you see that he's still up, unfortunately. The men are now, howling for your blood. So let's start with Francisco. They are just trying to butcher you. So first one goes to your leg. Parry or dodge?
I'll parry.
All right, parry. Nice. Second strike from him. Second strike misses completely. You've parried so hard that the man almost spun around. The second villain missed with the first. Oh, actually, sorry, he missed with the first attack.
And second?
Yeah, he missed with both of his attacks. And the third guy hit you in the chest. You dodge.
Yeah, I'll dodge. Success though.
Yeah. And
Barely.
First. He missed. Okay. Okay.
I'm getting pretty lucky here.
Yeah. And now Otto.
Yep.
Your guys. First misses completely. Second goes towards your, I believe it's your eye.
Okay, dodge blow.
Dodge blow, okay.
Also maxed out on dodge blow. But I will use luck.
Yeah, good choice.
There we go.
Nice! You've managed to avoid the blow just in time. Very nice. Okay, oh yeah. Open it. Good. The other ruffian. He manages to hit in the chest.
Can I dodge that one?
You can spend luck to gain additional dodge.
Oh, I don't have it, so I just have to take it.
Alright, so let's see if he'll do anything to you. These guys are pretty weak. Yeah, he... 4 total. No, 5 total, sorry. 5 total.
Oh, 5 total? So let's see.
If you have mail...
Yeah, where was the location? It shouldn't...
chest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
My armor absorbs everything. Armor and toughness.
The blow slid over your armor. Very nice. And the second strike from him... wait a second. That's important. Yeah, the second strike missed completely. Nice. And the final villain to the arm. Let's see if he'll do anything.
Which arm?
8 total. Let me tell you, 22 is the hit locations. Left arm.
Yeah, of course. That's the one where my armor is a little bit ruined.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so you said 8?
No, I mean 8. I've rolled 8, so it's a total of 12.
Shit. That's not good. All right, so let's see. So that means 7 gets through, so I'm at -3.
You want burn fate or you want take the crit?
I'll burn my last fate point.
You sure? It's only -3.
So having that luck is a big deal, but
Yeah, you'll
well,
be.
Well, I already used the luck point for today. All right, fine. I'll
Because if you burn your fate and you will survive this fight, first of all, if you burn your fate now, Francisco will have 6 guys on him.
Yeah.
Right. Second,
okay,
you won't have any luck next time.
Yeah, I'll take the -3.
3. All right. So first of all, gain yourself a single insanity point,
Oh yeah.
and now let's see. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. I've rolled rather low. -3. It's.
where did it hit you?
It's left arm
oh.
again. My
Okay.
already damaged armored left arm.
5 cutting damage. Your left arm.
Yep.
The enemy's weapon opened your forearm, slicing open the skin to expose the red, twitching, glistening layers of muscle. Anything held in that hand is dropped, and you must pass a challenging -10 willpower test, which of course combines with the -15, so it's -25.
Okay, so -25 willpower. Yoinks.
Almost.
All right, so in that case, you are stunned for 3 turns. You drop the sword because you can only stare at the hideous sight, and you grasp at the wound in an attempt to close it. You may attempt another test after 3 rounds. On each subsequent turn to recover from this. Now add your unmodified willpower except for the -15. Yeah, you with a clank you drop the sword to the ground. Kadve, you saw this. That said, you are closer to Francisco's group, just so you know. You can of course, bypass them and run to Otto's aid, but you see that Francisco is the one closest to you because he engaged the soldiers first before Otto. Otto was countercharged. All right, and the final attack from the villain, because that was his first.
Damn.
Yeah, and goes to the leg. The man slashed at your arm drunkenly, opened your forearm, and then he plunged his sword into your leg. Of course, I may just roll 1. I've rolled 8 total.
8 total, so 2 get through to my leg, so that's now -2.
-2 because you're still on 0, yeah. You want additional crit?
Do you have armor? Do you not have armor?
Yeah, remember about armor.
Yeah, well, I did. So you said 8, right?
Yeah.
So I only have 3 from the mail and 3 from my toughness, so that's 2.
Oh.
Alright,
so I'm
alright.
at -2.
Alright.
Oh, your
Right?
toughness is low.
So,
I guess it's all the negatives.
Yeah, it's because I took some permanent stuff. Permanent losses to my toughness.
yeah, well, you guys have problems with them because you are sick and you feel that. And while they are drunk, and that's because, by the way, their stats are changed because they are drunk, just so you know. It's still 6 against 2, and being drunk is not as bad as being very sick, and you guys are very sick. So, Sean, my question is, do you want to spend fate, or do you want to take crit? I would advise taking crit. -2 is not that bad. Alright.
Yeah, I'll take the crit.
Additional insanity point for you.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have right now?
Now I have 5.
Oh, so okay. You have strong-willed? If you don't, I advise that you buy it for the next game. If you can, of course.
I don't think I can. No, I do not have it.
Okay. So because it would mean that you would test at 8.
Right,
Anyway,
right.
let's see on the roll. Oh fuck.
Killed himself.
No, I mean on the roll on the crit roll.
Oh, on the crit roll.
Yeah.
Cuts my
Oh.
leg off. Well,
Uh,
I think I started,
Chaos
I started
spawn.
that other character.
I swear it's first time ever that I had rolled 100 on such a low crit. Seriously, I never did that. Right, let me quickly check.
Is higher worse? I don't know how.
I am
rules
using
work.
a table which means that higher is worse. So all right. Well, I'm sorry, Sean. You have to burn fate because he severed your femoral artery and you would be essentially dead. He plunged the weapon into your hip. You've howled in pain. You fell to the ground, and the soldiers begin just kick you with their boots. You don't lose anything. You don't lose any weapons or your armor, but you are out of the fight.
Okay, and I now have 0 fate points. Got it.
Yeah. So we've already did Francisco. So it's now new round because Otto is out of combat. Cadveo, you saw what happened. You saw that Otto fell, and this vermin are just glanning him with their boots. They are kicking him to death. That said, Francisco is closer to you. What are you going to do?
Can I use my cloak in this instance to disguise myself as one of these thugs?
Well, that's. Oh, by the way, did you pay the blood price?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you can't. And by the way, I mean I don't remember the rules for the cloak right now, but I don't think it works in combat.
Okay.
Let me quickly check.
Well, just I guess the second I attack, it would be done. But if that gives me an extra second to get in close, like just to create enough confusion to.
Will you have any kind of advantage coming from behind or anything like that?
I'm not sure. There's a cloak that I have that I'm trying to use to throw them off for a second.
I mean, first of all, you don't think that you would throw them off because these men are engaged in combat. They probably wouldn't look at you anyway. You have a better chance just attacking them.
Okay.
If they would, for example, if it would be the end of the fight and they would stand, over your fallen friends, thinking what to do with them, then that could probably work. But now they will probably not even notice that, I mean, they won't care that one of them just appeared right next to them. So it's probably better. Oh, by the way, I haven't wrote it, but I will change the writing on the artifact. You need at least a full turn to make it work. Or maybe, because I forgot about it, as I can see. So my advice is just to charge into the fight, and and that's that. So.
So I'll rush in to help Francisco.
All right, you charge one of the thugs attacking Francisco. Roll for weapon skill. That said, which one do you attack?
I guess the one that he's already wounded.
So you gain additional 10% for him. So you have plus 10. You have plus 20% total. And he won't be dodging or blocking, just so you know.
Okay.
Because
Whew.
Well,
I'll use my luck there.
All right, use your luck. First luck goes, or second? I don't recall.
I think it's the second.
All right.
There you go.
Roll for damage. Oh.
God, these ones on damage roll.
How much?
See, Strength of 4. Let me see if I have anything. No, I don't. So it's a 5 total.
It's a 5. You've tried to stop him. You landed a very you've landed a very good blow, a solid blow that would probably skewer his skull. Unfortunately, the man who's in fight with Francisco moved his head at the last second, and simply the blow slid over the side of his head. He yelled in pain, but he's still standing. Now, Francisco, it's you. You see that Cadveo came to your aid, but you also heard Otto's sword falling to the ground, and him fighting no more.
All right. Well, I'm going to do
another
this.
attack.
No, because you've charged.
Okay.
I want to do one attack on that one guy I've been fighting. I want to save one of my attacks for a parry.
All right. So wait, one attack on the guy you're fighting, and the second attack
On a new target.
All right, cool. So roll for the first attack. You have +10.
I hit him.
Oh, it's 1.
Damn.
Okay. He will
Stab him in
try.
the eye.
He will try and parry. Yeah, he will try and parry.
Stab him in the dick hole.
Roll for damage. 2d10. All right. You've removed his head from his shoulders. Simply put. And then you drive the sword into the other attacker. Roll for weapon skill -10. Okay.
Hey.
He will dodge. He
No,
failed.
he won't.
Roll 2d10.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
look at it.
Nice.
Hey!
Roll damage. I mean weapon skill. Weapon skill. Basic this time.
Hey.
Roll 2d10.
Oh, there it is. Alright, that's not bad. So 17 plus 4 plus 1 is 22.
All right, and the other guy, you've simply bisected him from shoulder to groin. He fell to the ground. He looks like an obscene bloody flower. The rest of the ruffians are running away from you. Simply put. I mean, the one that was fighting.
Killer combo, bro.
The one that was fighting you and Cadveo just runs away screaming, and the 3 villains who were kicking Otto or what's left of him also run away into the ruins of the city.
Wood elves have that kind of effect on a fight.
You
Well,
are.
see, that's what it was. I was like, oh, I gotta show up this elf.
Yeah. You are victorious.
Alright.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like it.
I want to say, freaking bloody priest and his pride. I say that knowing that I too am prideful, but
You hear.
I'm gonna check Otto.
Is it over yet? You see Francis looking from around the corner. He's like, whoop. Ah, you've killed them all. Oh, almost killed them all. Oh, well.
bloody
yeah.
friggin' drunkards, empire
Is,
full.
Yeah,
Is
Cadveo.
Otto conscious?
You approach Otto. He's unconscious. You have first aid.
Let me see. I do not. I do not know or survive.
I have heal.
All right, you can try and heal him if you wish. Then, I mean, do you have any bandages?
No, I don't have any bandages.
All right.
Though there's, I guess we're out of frickin' Plagueville, so I can start ripping from the corpses.
You want to rip from these corpses the bandage which you will use to bind his wounds.
Of the people we just cut.
Okay, sure. In that case, I will.
if they look clean, like
No,
if they're,
they don't. They look like I would roll I would roll 2d6 diseases that Otto would get if you would do that. Just so you know.
All right. Well, it's I can't see what you see, so
I mean,
if it looks, I imagine if I have the heal skill, I would know enough that this is not appropriate.
I've described this man when you've entered combat as disheveled, drunk, and wearing scraps of their uniforms. They are probably, I mean, they are clearly soldiers who took part in the defense of the city, survived, and then lived here, probably as brigands and bandits. So their clothes are not dirty. They are in worse shape than most Crusaders' clothes.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, ignore that then. I don't have any bandages or anything like that.
All right. So
add that to the list of things we need.
yeah. That's actually a good idea to go to when you return to Crusade. Ask for bandages. They will probably just give them to you, or maybe talk with Nils. He probably has some. All right. Who's putting Otto on his feet?
I'm gonna help him sit up until he gets his bearings.
All right. So in that case, Brian, first of all, I would like you to roll me plus 10 toughness. Nice. And now normal toughness. Nice. Woo. All right.
Did that in the right order?
You sit him up. Very nice. And Cadveo, you see that this man has fleas. Just so you know.
I stand back up, and then if he falls, he falls.
All right. Well, he falls, obviously. You've propped him up.
The intent was there.
Yeah, you've propped him up, and then you've jumped away, so he's like slam on the ground. But that slam actually helped you came to Otto. You are regaining your consciousness. That said,
I'll kill you, you fucking bastard! I'll kill you.
That said, you are hurting a lot. And your left forearm is a bloody mess. Yeah.
That's no way to treat a sword, Otto. I say that, I'm like upset because like it didn't need to kind of come to this.
Yeah.
And so, and being a swordsman myself, I think that's more of an insult than
I'll sheath it in that.
You need to bathe Ulrican.
Rectum.
Well, it's over here in 2 parts if you want.
I think unfortunately the guy, the one that said the stuff to me got away.
Yeah, exactly. He ran away. By the way, Sean, you are quiet. I don't know if that's because your mic is away or something, but you are a bit quiet.
Who, me?
Oh, now it's good.
You're fine now.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I think I didn't realize. I think I hit it with my hand, and it was further away from my mouth.
Sure.
Alright,
Franz approaches you.
I want to kind of kick through the corpses just to see if there's anything worth this mess.
No, they have weapons in horrible state, and remains of their once proud Ostland uniforms.
Is my arrow nearby?
Roll for perception.
Okay.
Yeah, you find it. Now roll me.
Okay, cool.
Now roll me d10. 1 5. It hasn't broke. It hasn't broken. Yeah. 1 5. Nice. It's still good. Yeah. So you can add a single arrow to your character sheet. Okay, guys. You are Otto is getting shaken on his feet, probably using his sword as a crutch. You are preparing to continue the search. Franz is looking at you, you know, with this bemused smirk on his face. Like, he's not mocking you, but he is probably used to see this kind of stuff happen here quite often. And you will probably continue your search of through the streets of Wolfenburg next time. But now I believe Jason
Yeah.
and Sean, you have to go.
Yep.
So okay, so we are ending for today. That was nice combat, and I'll see you. Hopefully, see you all on the 14th.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Awesome. Oh, points. 65 for everyone today.
Okay.
It was a short.
65.
Yeah, it was a shorter session, so there will be a bit
That works.
a bit less points today. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. Be safe.
Great.
Be safe.
Thanks.
All right.
See you.
Yeah.
There you go.
See you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.